Hi team and welcome to episode 3 of our Everyone Active podcast. I am Jo Hancock.
And I'm Michelle Laurie. How are you?
I am really good, my lovely. What a fun little week.
I know, it's been busy week.
Busy week.
Busy week.
I think people have been taking our top tips and they've gone, we're going to stick with it.
Stick with it. Yes, exactly. Class has been busy this week for you?
Yes.
Rammed in my classes. Lots of new faces.
Which is lovely.
Which we love.
Yeah. Hopefully those new faces become regular faces.
Yes.
And they stay. But yeah.
That's the trick, isn't it, mate? As we said last week, sticking with it.
Sticking with it. And how have you been?
I've been really well, yes.
Good classes, good teaching?
Good classes, good teaching. Had my birthday, so that was good. You've had a birthday.
Yes.
Hooray. We are the birthday girls. So yes, I've just been busy working and family things and yeah, just seeing people, which is nice.
And here we are again.
Here we are again. What are we talking about today?
We are talking about myths around calories.
Ooh, I like it.
Why we talk so much about calories in the fitness world.
Yes.
Why we maybe shouldn't talk so much sometimes about calories. And also maybe tips that we can help people with their weight loss journey.
Yes, excellent.
So, calories.
Let's go.
What are calories?
What are calories?
So a calorie
Yes.
is a counter for energy usage in our body.
Do you think people are confused with calories in general?
Let's ask this question between us two. Are you confused about calories?
I am. Are you confused about calories?
Yes. I find this though because there's so much information out there.
And it all is so, the messages are so different, aren't they?
Yeah, so I would like to talk a little bit personally, to talk a little bit in experience, but also to try and move your minds away
Yes.
from just thinking calories,
yeah.
calories. So pointers about calories. Obviously, we know that we get our calories from food and drink. Got to remember the drink part.
The drink part is important to remember.
The drink part. And I'm not talking just alcoholic drink. So our juices, our coffee,
Yep.
milks.
Anything like that.
Yes, so there are calories in everything. We often refer to people who are on a weight loss journey. There is that good old formula out there that says you've got to consume less calories
less food,
than you are
burning.
burning.
We both did that at the same time.
I'm like, we are
So in
burning.
sync, yes.
Which, if I guess we're putting a very big general plaster on the whole UK population, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You are going to be able to move more, do more, burn more. So you'll hear the sentence, so you are in a calorie
Deficit.
Yeah,
Go
a
me.
calorie deficit. And do you know what? That is an okay sentence to say, and I think that's fairly understandable.
Yes, I think that's what most people's concept is, isn't it, as well? Certainly the people that I speak to.
Yes. Just going to throw some stuff in there now.
Go on.
Okay.
Pop it in the pot.
Are we ready for this?
Go on.
So we know that our calories come from food and they also come from drink.
Yes.
However, our lovely little we should point out right now that neither of us are nutritionists.
We're not nutritionists.
So we're just talking from our experiences,
absolutely.
our education. But for detailed analysis, speak to a dietitian, speak to a nutritionist.
Nutritionist, absolutely.
Speak to your GP.
Yes, absolutely.
We can
give general guidance, but
Yeah.
we're not specialists.
Absolutely. So there are personal trainers who are also trained in nutrition. Group exercise instructors could also have their nutrition
Absolutely.
qualification.
But I think we should say that it's a specific qualification.
Absolutely. Years of education.
Absolutely.
Years of studying.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's not just, so we can't, we live and we breathe in the most amazing machine. But our machine being our body doesn't go, yes, no, instantly.
Absolutely.
Like a computer, press a button and it's changed.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really big concept and mindset that we need to start getting
To educate people, yes.
our heads around. So we could change something one day, we could change something for a week, and on a computer network or on something that we control instantly, like a click, I'd click, there's a reaction.
Yeah.
The body doesn't work like
Absolutely.
that. So we'll talk about that
It would
a
be
little
good if
bit
it
more.
did, though, wouldn't it?
No, but
Hey ho.
no, you know. So we'll go right the way back. So we've said that calories are our energy source.
Yes.
And obviously our body
Burns them.
uses our calories.
Yes.
But let's go back to what we're actually consuming. So a little FYI. In our everyday shopping,
Yep.
we now have nutritional values
Yes.
put onto any foods that we can buy.
Yes.
Any processed foods,
Yep.
fresh fruit,
Yep.
fresh veg, still
Yep.
carry their own calories. But let's take a ready prepared meal.
Okay.
We've taken a ready prepared meal from your local favourite
supermarket. Okay.
Did you know that the definition of one portion and the calories associated with that one portion might be a different product size to one portion
Yes,
in your other supermarket down the
Yes.
road?
It's really interesting, isn't it?
So I think that's a big point that we need to be aware of. That
And
a
that's
portion,
one of the things that people fall into that minefield, don't they? And they just think, okay, well, that everything one size fits all, and it doesn't at all.
no, absolutely doesn't.
And that's actually quite scary, I think, when you think of it like that you can have two products that look pretty much identical,
Yes.
and they're totally different in their nutritional value.
Yes, completely. And they're also different by their
Portion size,
calorific
yeah.
content due to their portion size. So a portion size of a XYZ meal might be one portion, but that one portion might actually be 1.5 portions.
Somewhere else.
Yes. So I'd just like you to be aware of that, team, and just take ownership. If you really want to think about your food and you want to think about your movement, take ownership of what you are
Consuming, yeah.
consuming. On that note, I'm going to just throw this out to you.
Okay.
If I turned round to you and said, please stop eating XYZ, how's that going to make you feel?
No, thank you.
No. And is that going to make you want to do it? And is that going to make you want to create it as a habit?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because I think when you're told you can't have something, you automatically want it, don't you? You crave it. And you think, in your mind, you're telling yourself, no, I must have it. I must have it.
No. So mindset. Start thinking about mindset. If I told you
Yeah.
that you could be happy, not cut any food,
Yep.
concentrate on certain food groups maybe a little bit more,
I'm liking this.
and live your everyday life, how would that make you feel?
Much happier, and I wouldn't feel as if I was missing out. I think that's the thing, isn't it? If we starve ourselves of something and we say, that's it, dry January or no chocolate or whatever it may be, you feel like you're depriving your body of something.
Yeah. And then you're putting yourself through a restriction.
Exactly.
And us as humans, we don't want to be restricted.
No.
We're like, no, let's get out there. Let's do it. In terms of our calorie consumption,
Yeah.
think of something that maybe will aid you a little bit more. What I'm basically trying to say if you find your happy place,
Yep.
you're something that fits with your lifestyle,
Yep.
that you know you might be tweaking a little, but it's not going to take over. It's not going to
Okay.
make you go, oh my goodness, I can't touch that because this
Yeah.
is going to happen.
Yeah.
So if you find your happy place in your head, you are more likely to stick with a routine.
Yes.
You are more likely to turn something into consistency.
Yes.
And as a personal trainer, consistency is your key.
Yes.
And I want to throw this out there, and we can chat about this as well between us. The consistency in terms of weight loss. Let's talk about weight loss, because a lot of people associate, I'm going to be in a calorie deficit because I want to have weight
What's
loss.
her weight loss? Yeah.
And again, we're bringing in the fact that our body isn't an instantaneous
Yeah.
changes from red to yellow
Yeah.
to orange at the press of a
And
button.
also, not all bodies are the same as well.
100%. We are all different ages, we are all different shapes, we are all different sizes.
absolutely.
But if you found yourself a routine that worked for your lifestyle, that made you feel happy,
Yeah.
that made you want to own it, you are more likely to stick with it.
And that then becomes your habit.
Correct.
Exactly. I
And
agree.
then over time, you have now created a habit that is improving your health, that is allowing yourself to have that slight calorie deficit, but you're not restricting yourself.
Yeah.
But I think what I'm trying to say is your mindset is everything.
Absolutely.
So your happiness and you're putting yourself in a good mood is everything. Because when you are in that good mood as well, and we're going to turn this, we've spoken about a little bit about calories in, so our energy, our expenditure.
Yeah.
Our expenditure is our exercises,
Absolutely.
our movement.
Exactly.
So if you've got a happier mindset
Yeah.
and you know that you are consistent, you're probably going to want to get out of bed and go and do that exercise
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
You're going to go and want to grab your swimming kit
And go and have a quick dip. Absolutely.
get moving. And this is my personal opinion. But I would really encourage people to think about their mindset and
I
their
agree.
happiness and their mood.
Because don't you also think that people, when they are of the mindset where they are trying to restrict themselves on certain things, for example, and I hear it all the time, I've been really bad today, I had so-and-so to eat, and it's brought their whole demeanour down, their whole mindset down, and they just think,
Yeah.
give up.
Yes. And it's that I'm going to give up.
And you can
I
literally see
failed.
them deflating because they've deprived themselves of something.
Big point. Let's
Yeah.
talk about this as well. Deprivation. We don't need to deprive.
No.
And also, we are humans.
Yes.
How many times have we both said that? We are humans. We operate differently.
Yeah.
We have good days. We have bad days. But if we get our mindset into thinking about those good days,
And focus on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And nothing is a failure. Do you know
No.
what? Things will happen. We will eat a bit much. We will move a little bit less than we normally do.
I think we
But that's
said
just
this
for
last week,
one
didn't we, as well,
day.
about, if you have a bad day, put a full stop under it, put a line under it, move on, it's another day.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on things.
Yes.
But get in that positive mindset. Yeah, I agree.
And when we're going to go back to talking about our movement and our exercise, say you are working with a personal trainer.
Yeah.
We've got you on this plan. We've got you enjoying it. You're understanding your food groups.
Yeah.
So your proteins, your fats and your carbohydrates. Please eat your proteins.
Yes.
Eat proteins. But you have got that balanced diet and you're understanding and you've got this plan. If you've gone, oh my goodness, I didn't get to my spin class, I have failed.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. It's just that one day.
Yeah.
And guess what? You've got the rest of the month. You've got the rest of the week, dependent on where you are setting your goals.
Absolutely.
To put a little bit in, extra in
Extra
one day.
in. Yeah.
Like, don't think about everything so instantaneously.
And I think also people, they get really frustrated and impatient when they're not getting immediate results, and then they give up.
Yes.
And you've got to be looking at the long-term benefits of this. It's a lifestyle. It's not, I hate that word. People say they're going on a diet. It's a lifestyle choice.
It is a lifestyle. And we are having next week Dementia UK.
Oh, my goodness.
Are coming in, and we're going to educate ourselves as well. But in it, I've been doing a little bit of reading. We can make those lifestyle changes now to get into habits to help ourselves in our later
Love it. So we're
years of
getting
life.
it in the bank already for later years.
Exactly.
Love it.
And whilst we're talking about calories and we're talking about weight loss and we're talking about what we're doing in our bodies, let's do it now. Let's put the good habits in whilst we know we can, whilst we got the opportunity
Absolutely.
to do it. Let's make it now.
Yeah, I agree. And also be grateful for the body that you're in right now, even if it's not where you think you don't want it to be, maybe, but be grateful for where you are now. And that maybe might be your starting point, and then you can just move on with your lifestyle and get to wherever you want to be.
Yeah, definitely. Going to chat a little bit as well.
We like it.
Weight. We've been talking about weight loss and weight.
Yes.
Chat. Personal experiences.
So I think I'm at a place now, I'm in my early 50s. Let's just quickly put that to the side. But I'm on a very different runway of my life now, being perimenopausal. And I'm finding my body is totally different. So I'm at a stage now where I'm looking at myself thinking, that isn't the person that I used to see in the mirror 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm having to now change my mindset as to how I am and how my body is, how I move, how I feel, what I'm consuming. I'm a lot more conscious now of the things that I'm consuming to help.
And how long have you been in the fitness industry, Michelle?
30 years.
And so you're saying, as a professional of the fitness industry for 30 years, you also have the, days.
Horrendous. I call it, I look, sometimes I'm teaching and I'll turn in the mirror, because I always teach facing the class, obviously. And sometimes I'll turn my back so they can follow some choreography. And I catch myself in the mirror and it's quite shocking sometimes. And I think, oh my, that's not me. Oh no, it is me. I think we all have those days and you just think, oh God, what, do I look like that? Oh my goodness. And it's accepting where you are, I think.
Yeah, hugely.
And
massively.
I think people think that it's just them that's going through that whole, I don't feel good in my own skin. But actually so many people are going through it. I don't know if you've ever felt like that as well, but it's quite enlightening actually when you start to speak to people and they say, and I'll sort of say, I'm having a trouble with this or that. And then they'll say, I didn't realise you would have those problems being a fitness professional. Yeah, totally do.
Definitely.
Have you had any experiences where you kind of you have a bit of not self-doubt, but you just think, oh my goodness, am I in the right zone? And how have you dealt with that?
So I know, like, looking at me, everyone's like, she's happy, she's positive, she's blah blah. I am there. I will fully hold up and say I am happy, and I am that person that jumps out of bed. I'm going to take myself back, and I spoke on our first episode about
your daddy.
My journey into fitness but before I changed my lifestyle, I was regularly drinking, not exercising, 2 dress sizes bigger than I am now. And I had that mindset change of, actually, my dad's just died. I have the opportunity to give myself and any humans that are in my life a better lifestyle, a better opportunity. So, but that was me 12 years ago. And then I've consciously made an effort. Yes, it is my job. And yes, I love doing it.
Yeah.
But I consciously make an effort of, I don't want to be really poorly later in life. I don't want to cause stress on family members around me or close friends.
Yeah.
I am owning where I am, and maybe we can chat about this as well. Your why for why you want to lose weight, why you want to move more. It becomes really personal, and the more personal you can make it,
the more chance of success. I agree with you totally. I totally agree with you.
So it is, again, it's that, I say it's the power of the mind, but your mind and your gut are so interconnected.
Yes, they are.
So if I'm consciously, I'm not going to say that I don't eat chocolate. I do eat chocolate. I'm not going to say
shocker
that I don't dairy-free chocolate. I'm not going to say that I don't drink alcohol, because I do. I will have a glass of red wine. But I know how it fits within my lifestyle.
Same as me.
Definitely.
It's totally the same as me.
And it's like that happiness.
Yeah, and I think, like you say, people always think that we're always bouncing off the walls and are really positive. And yes, like you said, we are quite positive people, aren't we? But I think it's important that people know that we are human, and we do have struggles as well, don't we?
Yeah, definitely.
It's just making everything into a lifestyle.
So in our little top tips that we did last week, we spoke about exercise classes that we like to do and that we like to teach.
Yes.
I just want to maybe bust another myth.
Go on.
This time of year.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Pretty sure people that work within the fitness industry and also the nutritionists and the dietitians. What's the best exercise for me to do to burn calories?
Oh, how many times have you heard that this year?
Get that mindset changed. We're going to give you a living, working example of that question.
Okay, let's go for it.
Here we go.
Right, go on.
So, as we've spoken about before, have a love of EA Cycle. So indoor cycling.
I'm not going.
I'm going to get you on a bike.
I'm not going.
Get you on a bike. So I am going to go into that class.
Okay.
I am going to be giving 100%. I'm partaking in the class. I'm not instructing.
Okay, right.
Partaking in the class. So my gears are going to be higher.
Yeah.
My output is going to be more. I am going to be fully in my using energy zone.
Right.
Because I'm going to want to keep my speed. I'm going to want to get my power. I'm going to do my hill climbs.
Okay.
I'm going to love it. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to go, yes. I'm going to get all that positivity and mindset.
Okay.
And the massive thing, I'm going to walk out of that studio door
High on endorphins at this point.
high on endorphins,
Okay.
loving it, going again, potentially not tomorrow, but probably the next day and definitely the next week. I've just created a habit because I love something.
Okay.
So I know I've got a high calorific burn there. What about you? What happens if I took you in that studio?
Okay, so if I had to go to an EA cycle class, please don't make me go.
Come
I know
on.
it's going to happen, isn't
yes,
it?
yes.
I wouldn't have a nice time. I wouldn't go in high gears probably because I don't really like it very much.
Would you book again?
Probably not.
Would it made you feel fantastic about
No.
exercising? Would it have created a habit changing
Definitely not.
pattern?
No.
So there, real life example
Absolutely.
of why we can't shove a plaster on a what is the best exercise for calorie burning.
One size does not fit all.
No, and one class does not fit all.
No. And also one type of exercise does not fit all.
Definitely, definitely. So we hope that just prime example there shows that you've got to find something that you love.
You love to do. Absolutely. So
And
then you will form that habit.
Yeah, and it doesn't fall into a chore and it's not like, oh. And we'll speak about it, old mum over there, about how time, like sometimes people feel quite limited on their time.
They do, yeah.
So if you're putting yourself in a situation where you've got an hour of you time
An hour? Amazing.
and you want to go and exercise, go and do something that's fun, that you will enjoy, that will create that habit. Don't force yourself just because you've heard, oh my gosh, Jo sits on an indoor cycling bike, loves an EA cycle, and just it's a really good workout for her. You've also just heard that Michelle would, what was it? Rather clean
the oven with my tongue.
and she's not going
That's going to go viral.
I know. And it's not going to have the same
No.
effect. So, but let's also, because we can, think about the added benefits to exercise. So please don't just go in there thinking, is this going to help me burn
Yes.
calories? Lifting weights. People get scared of lifting weights.
Absolutely.
Don't be scared. Is it going to burn calories? Yes. Is it also going to increase your bone density?
Absolutely.
Is it going to help you prevent injuries?
Absolutely.
Is it going to help you grow your muscles?
Absolutely.
Why do we need those muscles?
For everyday life.
Oh, yeah.
To walk around in our bodies.
Yes.
I know.
Is it going to give you an endorphin hit?
Absolutely.
So we've got then, not weightlifting, but I mean lifting.
But even
weights
something
through.
like, have you ever been to a Zumba class?
Do you know what? Yes.
So if you haven't been, for people that haven't been to a Zumba class, it's basically, instead of a group exercise class, it feels more like a Latin dance party, doesn't it? And
I can't keep up.
Can
with
you
the
not keep-
moves. I am that person in the Zumba
Are you the
class
person going left when
where
they're going
they've
right?
gone that way and I've gone that way,
Okay,
or
so-
they're turning that way and instructor at the front is like, hi, and I'm like, why are they saying hi? I'm facing the opposite way. I'm that person in a Zumba class.
So I tell you what, I'm going to say this. I will come to an EA cycle class and you will come
no.
to a Zumba class with me.
Okay. But as long as you promise you are going to get on a cycle class.
Yes.
Okay, I'll Zumba.
Okay. Yes. But if, as I say, people like different things.
Yeah.
And if you like dancing, then maybe that kind of class is for you. Or maybe you want to go swimming or play badminton. I can't wait to get you in the
I know,
Zumba
I'm
studio.
about to. I'm sitting here. I'm like, everyone's probably going to burn a little bit more because they're just going to be laughing.
Pennies
so
just
much.
dropping.
Like, no, I've got to be careful what I say on future episodes now.
Love it.
And then, should we talk about top tips?
Okay.
Should we talk about top tips?
Do it.
So, if you are on a weight loss journey,
Yes.
top tips. So we've spoken about planning,
Planning.
consistency.
Don't deprive yourself of things. Think of balance.
Yes.
Think of your food groups.
And think long term. Yes, of course, we've got to have a short term and sometimes we have a medium
Yeah,
term, but don't also get stuck on, like, once you've got there, what then?
I know. It's got to be something that's sustainable that you can just make part of your lifestyle, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Think about consuming a balanced
Balanced.
diet.
That's the key word, I think, balanced.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't really spoken about it, but I'm going to drop it in.
Go on.
Water.
Water.
Water. So our bodies are made up of a high percentage of water.
Yes.
And whilst we exercise, we're obviously sweating.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whilst we are moving day to day, you might not know it, but we are actually using water within our
Absolutely.
body. Our muscles need it, our brains need it, our hearts need it. So make sure your water consumption is up.
And when we say water consumption, I don't mean sparkling water or in a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. We mean water.
Yeah. Good old H2 of the O. Top tips. What else have we got? So we've got planning, we've got consistency, we've got balance.
Balanced.
Enjoyment.
Yes.
The happy hormones and your own mindset and your own mood will dictate your commitment to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if it's a struggle, if there's a barrier, if there's intimidation about going to a new class, if
Yeah.
there's intimidation about lifting something, you're not going to do it.
And I think also don't compare yourself to anyone else. You know, we're all unique individuals and we all have different body shapes, body size. You know what I mean? I think there's that mindset sometimes that people think, oh, I want to look exactly like so-and-so. And that's not maybe achievable, attainable at all. And then
Yeah.
you're just going to feel like you're a failure.
And on the comparison thing, don't compare yourself to how you were 20 years ago or
5 years
sports
ago.
event you were running
Absolutely.
10 years ago. Really be present in who you are now
Yeah.
and have a focus on the next day, the next week, the next year. Other top tip, we spoke about them. Ask an expert.
Yeah.
Like, ask an expert. People have undertaken specific qualifications. So your nutritionists, your dietitians.
Yes, absolutely.
Your GPs.
Yeah.
Your personal trainers have also undertaken specific qualifications. So ask an expert.
Absolutely.
I'm going to throw this to you.
Go on.
Mama Bear over there. Good old Mama Bear. Sometimes, is it a bit of a struggle when you have got people that rely on you to be able to focus on yourself?
Totally.
Why? Talk me through it.
So I've got, they're now teenage boys.
That don't like to go to the gym with mum.
But I'm not allowed to. It's just so harsh.
Yes.
Really hurts me. So I've a 19-year-old who has got the busiest social life I've ever seen in my life. He's never in. And so I'm trying to juggle things with him. And then my youngest plays basketball, plays at quite a high level. So trying to juggle that as well. And I find that for me, I'm the last on my list.
See, I just want to constantly cuddle you,
I
Mish.
don't blame you because I need it. But I do find that, and I think from when they were first born, you go through a different cycle with them, and they're still my main priority. And I think that's it's so true of anyone that's got kids or is a carer or looks after children or whatever it is. You do put yourself on the back burner a lot, and you shouldn't at all, because if you aren't physically able in your own body to look after your children or to do things, to run in the park with them or to go out on a jog or whatever it is with them or push them on their bike or whatever it may be, kick a ball in the park, then you're missing out and you don't want that. And that's just everyday life.
Have you got any top tips for people to put themselves first, especially busy working parents, carers, anybody with somebody that relies on them?
I would say there are so many different things you can do. You don't always have to physically go into a gym environment. For example, we've got our online classes.
Yeah, yes.
So maybe if you've got little ones and they're having their lunchtime nap, rather than sitting there, I know it's really hard because you're tired and you just want some me time, but rather sitting there looking through a magazine or flicking through on your phone, do a quick half an hour workout, even if it's just a stretch or something just to get you moving, or have a little walk with them when they're having a nap, take them out in a stroller, or just try and don't make big nuggets of time your goal. I think when you've got kids, if you can just do short little bursts of things, then that's a good starting point for me anyway. It was.
What about then when you've got them? So we've come from baby stage and now there's school clubs, weekend trips.
You mean when you're being a taxi?
Yes.
That's where I am now.
Are you? How do you then fit your personal exercise goals, or also do you have time to actually think about what you are eating?
It's hard. I have to make time to think about what I do is I plan. It sounds really, really probably a bit weird, but I plan my menu for the week, what I'm going to cook.
Great tip.
So I do my online shopping. So I'll sit and I have my favourites and I'll go through and I'll plan. On Monday, I'm going to have this. Tuesday, this. I find if I plan things out, then I know that it's going to be nutritionally sound. I have got some fussy eaters in my house, which is a challenge, but I can cater to those, but also make sure that they're having a well-balanced diet, and also make sure that I'm having a well-balanced diet as well. But I have to plan, and it's quite a military operation. I have to plan it.
And you dedicate yourself time to get that plan in. What happens if you go off plan?
Well, if I go off plan, I go off plan. It's just one of those things, things happen sometimes, you just get on with it. And yeah, I don't deprive anything at all.
So we've got planning. That's a really good top tip for exercising and your journey in general. So you've got planning. Okay, so we've done the babies, gone into taxis. We've now gone into, kids are starting to leave home.
Is that going to happen?
What's going to go on?
So that's a whole different season of your life, isn't it? And in some ways it's exciting because you'll no longer have dependents, but then it's kind of like, okay. For me, I think I'm now at a stage where, so my youngest is 16, so he's a little bit more independent, can get home from school and stuff on his own. So for me, I'm able now to give a little bit more time to myself, so I can plan things a bit more in the day and after school and that kind of thing. Or I fit things around when if he's doing basketball training, or for example, when he's training in the gym, I do go in the corner and do something on my own, even though I'm not allowed to speak to him. He doesn't need to know that. He won't watch this. It's too embarrassing. Hi, Cam. So I do that. I do try and time it so that if I've got to drop him somewhere, that I'll maybe pop in and just do a quick half an hour on the treadmill or whatever it may be. So there goes another week.
Flies.
I've loved our chat today.
So have I. And I really hope that we've helped you guys kind of
get your head around it all.
Yeah, and break down some of those barriers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take away a few top tips. And
now, I'm not here next week, which I'm really sad about because we've got a special guest next week, haven't we?
We do. We've got Sarah coming in from Dementia UK.
Oh, I'm so sad I'm missing it.
She is a specialist. She's an Admiral nurse.
Wow.
And she's working with Everyone Active.
Absolutely.
So we'll be chatting to her in more detail.
I can't wait to listen. I'm sorry I'm not here next week.
No, I'll miss you.
I'm sorry, but I'll see you the week after.
We're going to channel our pink anyway.
We'll still do it for me. Still do it for me.
But team, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening.
Don't forget to leave us a fantastic review.
A nice one, please.
Nice reviews. Thanks. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to us either via YouTube or whoever you view or listen to your podcast through.
All right, team, take care.
See you soon.
Bye.